Hey everybody, it's David. 6 dumb money moves that I made on my path to financial independence and retiring at 56. Yeah, I made some mistakes, and that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk to you about some of the things, the top things that I did that were really kind of dumb decisions on our way to financial independence, with the hope that hopefully you can avoid these mistakes as well. I also hope to hear from you. You have probably done some dumb money moves yourself. I would love to hear in the comments. Let other people know. What did you do in your path to financial independence, or in your path so far that, hey, maybe wasn't the best idea and you learned a lesson? Leave it down in the comments for other people to learn from you. Oh, and hey, hang on to the end. I don't want this to just be about my dumb money moves, so I've included 3 of the best moves that I made, 3 of the best things that I've done on this journey to financial independence. Hey everybody, it's David at David in Progress. We talk about 3 things here. We talk about achieving financial independence, retiring early, and doing your best to live your best life now from the perspective of a regular guy who's just trying to do all those things. And hey, I want to thank you for subscribing and being part of this channel. I thank you for the thumbs up. I thank you for the comments. I just thank you for watching. I'm just completely humbled, and I cannot express enough how much I appreciate you. Okay, dumb money moves. And these things are really important. I believe it's critically important that you learn the lessons of other people. That's why I love watching other YouTubers, people that are talking about their financial journeys. I especially love it when they talk about the things that they did wrong, because hopefully it can serve as a warning saying, hey, don't do this, don't be me. Don't do what I did. But also, hopefully, I am showing you that even though I have made mistakes like this, I was still able to achieve financial independence. My wife and I were able to retire, and I'm going to tell you, life is good. And by the way, these are not in any particular order. Just as I was brainstorming these, it's truly the order that they popped into my head. Now, number 1 is buying a new car when I was broke. Yep, let's travel back in time. It's 1992. I'm in my 2nd full year of work, and I get my very first big promotion. So what do you do when you get that big promotion? Yeah, you go out and buy a brand new car that you cannot afford. I found it here. This is my offer letter from when I got that big promotion. At that time, I was making $14,000 a year base salary with a $3,000 bonus opportunity. So this was huge. I went up to a $17,000 base with the opportunity for $3,240 in commission to earn throughout the whole year, paid out quarterly, and a $1,200 bonus, taking me to $21,540. Yep, that was it. And I'm single. I need to mingle, so I thought, hey, I'm going to go out and get a new car so then the ladies will find me. So I went out and bought a 1992 Honda Civic Si, my dream car at the time. Look at this. I even still have the brochure that came with it, at a whopping 10.99% interest rate and around $250 as a car payment. Now, in your mind, you might be thinking $250, well, that sounds great. Well, this is 1992 money, so that is equivalent of close to $600. I think it was $550. And believe it or not, now here in 2025, the average car payment is well over $750. So big mistake. That car became a stone around my neck that weighed me down. All these things that I thought I was going to get to do because of the car, driving around, going out, all those things. Well, no, I ended up having to work. I ended up having to work to be able to make those car payments. I even kept a picture of the car in my desk to remind me of the urgency of saving for that car payment. So, mistake number 1, buying that car that I could not afford. I would have been much better off, like most people early in their careers or lower in their income. I would have been much better off buying a quality used car, saving up for it, and paying cash. But no, I didn't do it. I went out and bought that brand new car. Money move number 2 is that first credit card. Now, I'll never forget that one either. I'm walking through the mall, and I'm in front of this store called Johnny Brown, which does not exist anymore. And the fellow stops me and goes, hey, young man, how would you like a credit card? And I'm like, well, I can't afford a credit card. I'm in college. I'm working a part-time job. I ain't got no money. And he says, no problem. You can get a credit card. As a matter of fact, if you sign up today, I will give you a free t-shirt. And that first credit card led me down a path that was bad, a path that way too many people are on. I had that department store card, then I went to that Visa or the MasterCard or whatever. Next thing I know, I am buried in credit card debt. I am only making that minimum payment, that credit card interest at 19, 20%, 24%, whatever it was or still is today. That was a terrible thing. Later on, I've got the car payment, I've got the credit card payment. Before you know it, I am drowning in debt. Don't be a me. Don't sign up for a bunch of credit cards just so you can buy things that you cannot afford in order to impress people who actually could care less. Pay your card off in full and don't buy things that you cannot afford. Dumb money decision number 3, and this is one that I talked about on a video not too long ago, was I bought whole life insurance. Yeah, I did. I bought whole life insurance, and it was actually presented to me as if it were a great investment. I'm working at my job and I meet this person who introduces himself to me and builds some confidence and some trust with me that he is a financial advisor. Takes my wife and I, newly married, out to dinner is a fancy country club and tell us about this great product, whole life insurance, and how saving into this investment would really help set up our future. Well, I came to realize later, thank you, Dave Ramsey, that whole life insurance was not an investment in product. This person was really not an investment advisor. He was an insurance salesman. And I learned that for me and for most people, getting low-cost term life insurance was a much better option. Here's another one. Taking out a 401k loan. Yes, back in those single days, I did it. I got that credit card debt, I got that car payment, and I decided, hey, I'm going to take out a 401k loan to buy a bicycle. Yeah, a bike. I was riding bikes with some groups at the time, things that I still love to do. And I noticed everyone around me had a nicer bike than me. Well, I had a nice car, but I didn't have the nicer bike. So I went and took out a 401k loan in order to buy a new bike. Why was this such a dumb decision? Well, first of all, 401k loans are not something you should do unless it is a true emergency. I would say don't do it ever. 401k loans are bad decisions because that money is there to work for you, to work for your future. When you take that money out, it's no longer in there compounding. Yes, you pay yourself back, but you lose that time of growth that it would have had if it was still there in your 401k. It's also a mindset thing. Money you have in your retirement savings is there for retirement. It's not for buying bikes. It's not for doing down payments on homes. It's not for other things. It is specifically there for your future. Put your money in it and forget about it until it becomes the appropriate time to actually use it so that you can retire or retire early. Speaking of retiring early, these next two are related back to having retired early. I will do a more extensive video on these items later, but the first one is not opening a Roth IRA sooner. Yes, I have a Roth within my 401k, opened it back in 2010 when it first became available. At the time, I didn't understand the differences between a 401k Roth and an IRA Roth. When you open an IRA Roth, you have complete control over that account. That money goes in with the taxes already paid, and when the time comes, you can take that money out 100% tax-free. The other awesome thing about a Roth IRA is once the money you put in has been there for 5 years, you can take that money out without a penalty. I would not do that unless you have some terrible situation where you need it, but it's something that you can do. 401k Roths are far more complicated. I really wish I had opened that Roth IRA, something that I did, but I didn't do it as soon as I could have. Another one is not maxing out an HSA earlier. Now, HSA was also something that came out a little bit later in my career, and it took a little while before I understood what it was and the power of it. I have what I consider to be a fantastic video explaining HSAs and why they are so critically important. I will put a link to it down in the description of this video. But let me just say, an HSA is a superpower tool towards your retirement. Medical is one of the number one concerns people have when it comes to retiring and retiring early especially. But another thing is that HSA, it's a backdoor way to save for your retirement. Again, I got a video down in the description. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Sign up for an HSA if you're in a qualified medical plan that will allow you to do it. And, oh yeah, most importantly, don't spend from it. Don't spend from that HSA. Save it up for your future. You will thank yourself later. Let's talk about 3 things that we did that I think were probably the best decisions along this financial journey. Number 1 was signing up for that 401k and always at least getting the employer match. Even back when I first started working, when I had that $14,000 a year base salary job, I signed up for the 401k and I signed up to make sure that I got that match. 30-something years later, that match represents tens of thousands of dollars. Free money that I would not have saved and would have not seen the compounding had I not signed up to at least get that match. And it is quite surprising, it really is, how many people do not at least do that much. In my last 3 years of my career, I was in HR, and one of the things that I could see on an employee profile was the percentage that they were putting into their 401k. And I was absolutely shocked. I was shocked at the number of people that I would see in their profile that were not at least doing up to the match. Many of these people were high income, people that I knew could afford it. My assumption is perhaps I just did not understand it. Didn't realize how much they were giving up, not having that compounding and not getting that free money. If you have the opportunity to sign up for a 401k, believe it or not, more than half Americans don't even have that. If you have that opportunity to sign up for a 401k that has a match, absolutely invest at least up to that match. The next thing, and probably the greatest of all things, is that we got debt free. It was 2014. We're getting close to the end. We're seeing that balance come down on our house, the house that we've had since we got married, and we paid it off. And that was our last debt. We've had 0 debt since 2014. And after that time, not having that house payment, it is what has allowed us while working, that is, to up that savings, to start getting as close as we could to maxing out the 401k, investing in the HSA, opening that Roth. All those things did not really happen until after 2014, which led to the absolute greatest thing, which was we're retiring early. Yeah, I am on almost full year 2 of being retired, and I will tell you, I've had some challenges. I've got those health challenges that if you watch my channel, you know about. But regardless, I have 0 regrets. And everything that led to that decision, or that ability to retire at 56, were all due to some small things. Stupid things that I learned from, smart things that I did. And I believe that you can do those things too. That you can avoid the bad things and that you can do the good things. You too can live your best life now. All you got to do is get out there and actually do something. Make smart decisions, avoid those dumb decisions, and get out there and make it happen. Hey everybody, well that's it. I just want to thank you again. Thank you so much for being part of my channel. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for all the comments. Oh my gosh, I love hearing from you. Share those dumb money moves that you made and the lessons that you have learned from them. Anyway, just thank you so much for being part of my channel. Thank you for being part of David in Progress.